Parisian elegance in a small home, blending warmth with timeless French style. Welcome to Interior Design Channel. I share beautifully curated room makeovers and cozy lifestyle moments. Subscribe and watch the video until the end to elevate every corner of your home. Parisian interiors have long been admired for their effortless elegance, where beauty never feels forced and comfort is always present. Even in a small home, this style proves that limited space can still feel refined, warm, and deeply personal. By blending classic details with everyday practicality, Parisian design transforms compact interiors into inviting retreats that feel both timeless and lived in. Parisian elegance is not about extravagance or excess. Instead, it celebrates balance, history, and subtle sophistication. In small homes, this approach becomes especially powerful as each element is chosen with intention. The goal is not to impress, but to create a space that feels authentic, layered, and quietly beautiful, reflecting a life well lived. Classic Parisian interiors often begin with architectural details such as moldings, tall windows, and elegant door frames. In smaller spaces, even simple wall trim or decorative paneling can evoke this feeling. These elements add character without taking up floor space, creating visual richness while preserving the openness needed for comfortable daily living. Neutral tones form the foundation of Parisian elegance. Soft whites, warm creams, muted grays, and gentle beige shades help small rooms feel airy and cohesive. These colors reflect natural light beautifully, making compact interiors appear larger. Subtle contrasts, such as warm wood or aged brass, add depth without overwhelming the space. Parisian interiors favor furniture that looks curated over time rather than purchased as a set. In a small home, this approach adds charm and personality. A classic sofa, a vintage side table, or an antique chair can coexist effortlessly, creating a sense of history while maintaining comfort and functionality. One of the most defining traits of French interiors is the mix of antique and contemporary pieces. In a small home, this contrast keeps the space from feeling dated or too formal. Modern lighting paired with an old mirror or a sleek table next to a vintage cabinet creates visual interest and balance. Warmth is essential in Parisian design, especially in compact spaces. Linen curtains, soft wool rugs, and plush cushions introduce texture and comfort. These elements soften clean lines and neutral colors, making the home feel inviting. Layering textiles also helps define different areas without the need for physical partitions. Parisian elegance embraces imperfection. Slightly worn furniture, aged finishes, and patina tell a story and add soul to a small home. Rather than striving for perfection, this style celebrates character. These subtle imperfections create warmth and authenticity, making the space feel personal and welcoming. Lighting plays a crucial role in shaping the atmosphere of a small Parisian-inspired home. Soft, warm lighting from table lamps, wall sconces, and pendant lights creates intimacy. Instead of relying on a single overhead light, multiple light sources add depth and highlight architectural features, enhancing the overall elegance. Mirrors are a signature element in French interiors, especially in smaller spaces. A well-placed mirror reflects light and visually expands the room. Ornate or antique-style frames add a touch of classic charm, while also serving a practical purpose in making the home feel brighter and more spacious. Parisian homes often feature art that feels collected rather than staged. In a small space, a few meaningful pieces can make a strong impact. Black and white photography, vintage sketches, or simple framed prints add cultural depth without overwhelming the walls, reinforcing the timeless elegance of the interior. Smart storage is essential in small homes, and Parisian interiors approach it with style. Built-in cabinets, elegant shelves, and multifunctional furniture keep clutter hidden. When storage becomes part of the design, the space remains visually calm while still meeting everyday needs. Plants and natural materials bring freshness to Parisian interiors. Even a small apartment benefits from greenery, whether through potted plants, fresh flowers, or natural wood accents. These elements soften formal details and add warmth, creating a harmonious balance between elegance and comfort. True Parisian elegance lies in livability. A small home designed in this style feels relaxed and practical, not overly styled. Books on a table, a throw casually draped over a chair, and everyday objects displayed with care create a space that feels lived in and authentic. Parisian Elegance proves that a small home can feel both luxurious and warm without excess. By focusing on balance, texture, and thoughtful details, compact interiors become timeless and inviting. This approach celebrates beauty and simplicity, reminding us that true elegance is not about size, but about feeling at home.